Hello, my name is John Armstrong. I'm the instructor for your ASTR1040 online astronomy course here at Weber State University. I am an astronomer here at Weber State University, and I specialize in extrasolar planet research. And at the time you're viewing this, I'm attending the American Astronomical Society meeting in Washington, D.C. to present some of my new research, as well as find out what's going on in astronomy so I can bring all the cool new stuff back to you at Weber State University. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we go forward, but I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself to you as well as give you an outline for the plan of the course. The way this course is designed is we will have a number of synchronous online sessions where I will be inviting you to join me via conference call at regular times throughout the week. If you can make those times, that's fabulous. If you can't, they will be recorded and you can view them just like you would lectures for any other online course. But I'm hoping that we can have a few people attending just so we can have some interaction as we go forward. These first few sessions, however, will be recorded before I leave for the American Astronomical Society meeting because I will be gone for the first week of classes next semester. But then when we come back, we'll continue on as the course plan indicates. We're going to go over the syllabus today. We'll go over a few of your introductory assignments, as well as discuss a little bit about what astronomy is and the plan for the course. So first of all, let me give you an idea of who I am. I am an instructor here at Weber State University. I'm a professor here in physics. I've been teaching physics for about 12 years, and as well as teaching other astronomy courses. I'm a specialist in astrobiology, which is the study of life in the universe, and I particularly am interested in how to characterize the habitability of planets around other stars. And that's what I'm going to go present some of my research on while I'm away at the American Astronomical Society meeting. This is my first online course that I've taught. I usually teach either face-to-face courses or hybrid courses, but I do have a love of technology and I think I'm pretty good at using it, so hopefully it won't be too much of a stretch to do this course completely online. I do recognize it is online. We do not expect you to come to class at any particular time, but I have some new ideas I want to try out on delivering an astronomy course online. The only thing that really changes is the delivery method. I am here for you as your professor. You can email me, call me on my office phone. You can talk to me through Canvas, however you want to get in touch with me so I can help you learn the material through the course. Now, who are you? That's the really interesting thing that I would like to know. Your first assignment is to upload a video introduction of yourself so that I and the rest of the people in the course can learn a little bit about who you are, why you've taken this class, what your interests are, and that'll also help me tailor some of the course to things that you might be interested in. And we'll discuss your first assignments here in just a moment, but that's where you'll get a chance to introduce yourselves to me, and I'm looking forward to viewing some of those even while I'm in Washington, D.C. Astronomy as a science is one of the oldest sciences that we know, if not the oldest science. People have always looked up at the night sky and tried to figure out what was going on. Originally they did it for pragmatic reasons, such as planting crops or navigating, but ultimately they started being interested in it from a purely scientific perspective, just wanting to know what the universe was like. So in the end, astronomy is really the study of the entire universe, of every single phenomenon that occurs inside the universe. And so it's kind of a big bill for an entire class. We get to learn about the entire universe, and that's something that we'll have to keep in mind as we go forward. That's a lot of material to learn. Now, clearly we can't go into all the detail of everything in the universe, but when you get done with this course, you will have a sense of the scale and what we know about the universe itself, all the way back to its origin. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Now again, as far as the course plan is concerned, I wanted to take a moment to go through the syllabus and just give you an outline of how this course is going to be structured. I wanted to try something at least new for me when it comes to online courses. I've taken online courses, and they tend to be courses where you watch pre-recorded videos, much like this one you're listening to now, and then do assignments based on that material. I'd like to try something a little different so that we can get some interaction going on, and so I've scheduled some what I call synchronous online sessions that will be held Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning from 9 to 10:15. These sessions are through Canvas. You'll get a brief introduction or a brief announcement that this will be happening a few minutes before, and you'll be able to log in through the Conferences tab and participate in the conference if you can make it. If you can't make it, that's fine. I'll be recording these and posting these online so you can view them later. But I'm hoping that at least some of the 50 or so people enrolled in this course every time will be able to come so that we have some participation and some dialogue, make things a little bit more interactive and not just you watching a video with no interaction on the other side. In addition to that, if you would like to get a hold of me and want to talk one-to-one, or if you want to talk in groups, we can set up other sessions. You notice I put my office hours down here as by appointment online. Send me an email the day before and ask if there's time we can meet. We can get together through the conference session. Just looking at the course description here, well, before we go into the course description, just looking at the required text, we are going to be using a textbook called Understanding Our Universe, and you can get that at the bookstore, or if you get it online, you want to make sure that it comes with the Smart Work homework assignment system that we'll be using, or you can purchase that after the fact if you get a used book. We'll also need our activity book, which is listed here. It's something you can download. If you want to go buy it at the bookstore, they'll have it pre-printed out for you, but you can certainly just do it online. We'll have the activities. We won't be handing in the activities to me. We'll have quizzes on them and things like that, or sorry, you'll be able to answer these activities online so we can get these materials to me. So you don't need a printed copy in order to participate. You've got my email address, my web address, my phone number in case you need to get a hold of me. Okay, let's talk about astronomy a little bit, just what I think it is and what the goals of the course are. Elementary astronomy is an introductory course. It's about the fundamental nature of the universe, and the topics can range from the historical progression of astronomy all the way up to the discussion of the origin of the universe and the Big Bang. I very much place an emphasis on the modern science of astronomy, how we learn what we know about the universe and what we're learning in real time as we go forward. So it's something I'm really excited about. I've spent my entire life doing it, and I hope I can get some of that excitement to you so that you can be enthusiastic about this subject. And frankly, if you can just come to this subject with some enthusiasm for learning about the universe, I think you'll be fine in the course. Other than that, there are no prerequisites, except I mentioned basic high school math. If you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide, you are in good shape. As far as the goals are concerned, they're pretty, I try to keep my goals pretty straightforward. The things I want you to know when you come out of this course is I want you to understand the scale of our universe, the immensity of the time and space of our universe. I want you to have that in your head because I think it helps you put perspective into where we are in the universe. I also spend a lot of time talking about the tools and techniques astronomers use to probe the nature of the universe, and that's important because these are tools that you have access to. This is one of those fields where you can purchase tools to explore the universe in a way that you might not realize are at your fingertips. I also am an astrobiologist. I'm interested in where life is in the universe, where it came from and where it's going, and so we'll be spending a lot of time talking about the nature of life and its place in the universe, talking about trying to find habitats for life and where we might look for other life in the universe. And also I'd like you to kind of hone your ability to examine the universe from a scientific perspective, how to look at data and draw conclusions based on scientific information, data observations of the universe. So that's really the sum of the goals that I intend for the course. We have some general goals for all physical science gen ed requirements, and those can be found in the Natural Science General Education Learning Outcomes if you're interested in reading what the point of these courses are. And we professors take this very seriously, finding ways to bring you information about science, but also to give you some perspective on how science works and how it integrates with society as a whole. So take a look at that if you're interested in seeing kind of behind the scenes why we're after what we're after and what we're doing. I'm very particular about making sure that whatever we're doing in class is pushing towards some of those learning outcomes so that you come out of this class with some skills and knowledge that will help you throughout the remainder of your career as a scientifically literate citizen. Okay, so how do we get at these learning objectives? What do? We basically have three things. we have assignments, we have activities, and we have exams. The assignments are going to be performed on our SmartWork activity tool, SmartWork assignment tool, which comes with your textbook if you purchase the textbook new, or you can purchase the SmartWork through the website if you've bought a used textbook. These are designed to be as low cost as possible, so they're relatively inexpensive compared to textbooks. I think your textbook is under $100, including the SmartWork, which is pretty good for an astronomy textbook. It gives you some description here of how to access SmartWork. You're going to need a code to access SmartWork, and as we go a little bit forward, I'll put a little description of how you will access that. It's pretty straightforward. That's where we will be doing a lot of our reading and our reading assignments online, so that you can get some instant feedback as to how you're doing with the background material to bring forward to our class sessions and activities. As part of that reading in the SmartWork, we'll be having online discussion sections on that material. If you go to our syllabus, the bottom of our syllabus, you'll see that I've outlined everything by date. The topics are here. The topics line up very well with what you're seeing in your textbook and on your SmartWork activity assignments. So we'll just march through a lot of the material together. You doing the assignment in SmartWork, us discussing it in class, in our online sessions, and then we're going to reinforce that with activities where we do some of the science that we're talking about. And those activities are going to happen during our synchronous online sessions. So if there's an activity that we need to do together, I'll be doing the activity here while you are. If there's an activity that you need to kind of get outside and do on your own, I'll explain how to do it and be available if you have questions about how to do it. But we'll be doing these activities as a way to exercise our ability to do science, in addition to just learning about the facts and the information about the topic. So hopefully that'll all mix together as we go into the class. There will be exams in this course. I have exams because it's an opportunity for you to synthesize what you know and put it together in kind of a coherent framework. Since I'm doing this online for the first time, I do have exams that I use in KaiTester. I'm toying around with a couple of other modes to do exams, so I want to hold off on the discussion of exams for a couple of weeks until we get back, and maybe we can have some discussion together. I have some ideas about how to do this online that might be more fun and better than having to drive to the testing center. So at the moment I'm planning on doing this as a backup plan in the testing center, but as we go on, we'll see what other interesting things we can do. The grading policy really reflects what I think is the important components of this class. Reading the background material and doing the assignments are going to set you up for the online discussions, being able to understand that material, so I put that at about 35%. Our quote-unquote in-class activities, the doing of the science, are critically important, so that's at 20%, and then each of the exams is at 15%. And so that means you get a chance to practice what you're doing, you get a chance to participate in what you're doing, and you also get a chance to demonstrate what you've learned. And that's the rationale behind that breakdown of the grades. As far as expectations and responsibilities are concerned, you have expectations from me and I have expectations from you. My expectations of you is that you will put in your best effort to anything I ask you to do to learn the material. And that's just because when I'm asking you to do something, any of these activities are really designed to help you learn this material, and if you put your best effort into them, I think you'll find that you learn the material much more quickly. That in mind, your expectations of me is that I'm there to help you if you need it. I will be asking you to do things that are challenging and difficult because you haven't done them before or you haven't done them in a long time, and I expect it to be a challenge. With that in mind, I also expect you to expect me to be there to help you out, and that includes help with any mathematical concepts that may be new to you, or maybe you haven't had them for a while, or any things that you're struggling with. That's my job, is to help you. We have 51 people in this course. We have an online medium for discussion, so I hope that we can have a lot of back and forth and really help each other out. With that in mind, please make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get the assignments done prior to the due dates. I do have assignment due dates because it helps pace yourself and pace everyone else in the course, so we're all on the same page. And as long as you give yourself the adequate time to do the materials, I can help you in any way that I can. I have a blurb in here about academic integrity. I like to paraphrase this with, if you can't tell your mother about it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So we don't cheat on any exams. We don't turn in other work, other people's work as our own. This is particularly important in an online environment because we have to work under a system of trust. And so I just put that in there so that you know that I do take that seriously, but I don't expect to have any trouble with that. As far as special accommodations are concerned, again, this is my first time teaching an online class, so if there's materials that need to be provided to you in a different format, or if there's some way that I can help you, or if you need some help and you don't know what to ask for, if you go down to the services for students with disabilities, they can give you an awful lot of guidance on what options are there available to you. So just let me know if there's some way I can help out. This is online education is designed to make it more accessible, and anything we can do to help you with that will be very, we're more than willing to do. All right, after the syllabus we have a list of how the course is paced. We pretty much have a homework assignment. We have activities, 1 or 2 a week, depending on how they go. We have homework assignments weekly. You can see the topics that are outlined. Again, they track with your textbook very well. If you're looking for the Smart Work assignments, you have to go to the Smart Work website. Again, I'll post a little video on how to log into that separate from this so that you can watch that separately. And that is pretty much the design for the course. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see your video introductions. In fact, before I leave you for this last time, let me just show you an announcement I put out. You probably have already read this. This is the announcement of what to expect. You're watching this topic right now. We've got these 2 activities. I will post something about the scales of the universe in a separate video. And this is the course syllabus that I was hoping to describe to you today. So there we are. I'm hoping that we have a good time this semester. I'm hoping I get a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. I'm hoping that I get to see you on camera a little bit. And I'm looking forward to an excellent term. We'll see you around.